How many integers satisfy this expression where the multiplication of these four things is less than 250? So what we can do in such questions is we should quickly start thinking about how to simplify this, because we cannot further take 250 to the left side and factorize it once again. So I would just like to start substituting a few values. I see that x equal to 0 is the easiest value to substitute, and on substituting x equal to 0, I have this expression giving me 0 multiplied by something something, which is 0, which is definitely less than 250. That means x equal to 0 is certainly acceptable value. Now when I substitute x equal to 1, let's quickly see what happens. Then it becomes 1 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 9, which is equal to 24 multiplied by 9, which is 180, and 36 216, that's also less than 250, so acceptable. But as soon as we increase the value of x from 1, now there is going to be a substantial change because every value is going to increase. So now the result that we have is 2 times 5 times 7 times 10, so that becomes 70 multiplied by 10, 700, and it's not less than 250, so it's not acceptable. Now that we understand that any further value of x will not satisfy it, we start going back and we start looking at negative values, because if x is equal to minus 1, we understand that the first term is minus 1, but the remaining three terms will be positive, and for that reason the result will be negative, which is less than 250, acceptable. Similarly, let's substitute x equal to minus 2. Yes, because minus 2 also makes only one term negative and the remaining three terms positive. That means this also is acceptable. Now we are going to substitute x equal to 3, and fortunately at x equal to 3, this part x plus 3 becomes 0. So the result is 0, which is less than 250. X equal to minus 4 is slightly tricky value, so let's quickly check what happens at x equal to minus 4. We substitute x is minus 4, x plus 3 is negative 1, but these two parts are positive, which will be minus 4 makes them 1 and 4, and the result is 16, which is less than 250, so acceptable. At x equal to negative 5, certainly the answer is going to be acceptable, because at x equal to negative 5, this part will be 0, and the result will definitely be less than 250. Now that we have checked these values, let's quickly check for some more values. For example, x equal to negative 6. Now the values will be slightly tricky, so we have to be cautious. The first part is minus 6, the second part is minus 3, the third part, because now we have put x equal to minus 6, is minus 1, and the last part is positive. That means it will be 2, and that will be less than 250 because we have 3 negative values and 1 positive, so the product will be negative. Minus 6 is acceptable. Similarly, x equal to minus 7 will also be acceptable, because in that case the same thing will be coming up. For example, the first part will be minus 7, the second part will be minus 4, then the next part will be minus 2, and the next part will be plus 1, which is less than 250. And thankfully x equal to minus 8 also will satisfy, because this part becomes a 0, which is less than 250. Now the next question is, what happens when you took x equal to 9? Now x equal to 9 has great chances of not satisfying it, because now the values have very big absolute values and all four of them will be negative. Let's quickly check. When we substitute x equal to minus 1, 9, the first part is minus 9, the second part is minus 6, the third part is minus 4, and the fourth part is minus 1. The multiplication is 54 multiplied by 4, which is 220, less than 250. Wonderful. And what happens when x equal to is minus 10? Then we have minus 10, minus 7, minus 5, minus 2, 70, and 10, 700, not less than 250. That means the acceptable values of x that we have got so far will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So manually we have been able to achieve our answer, and the answer is option E. There are 11 integer values of x that satisfy this expression. So it was a lengthy way, but it's the safest possible way to answer such question. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much.